Everybody please pull up or keep, that was it 12:3? Yeah, I asked you to do one problem, guys, so everybody look up, all right? And this is how I kind of want you thinking about things. All right, was this one hard? Yeah, it was very hard. So I'm not mad, but I am upset that some of you didn't put as much effort into it as I'd like. All right, so here's what I'm looking at right here, and we'll see who's close. This right here, if I draw that straight down, is just a what type of figure? It's just a semicircle. Is everybody agreeing with me on that? Right? So does everybody agree that I have a rectangle? So I have length times width plus 1/2 pi r squared. Everybody see that? Right? That's as if the whole thing was covered. Boys, you guys hearing me? Yeah, this is the kind of things that I was trying to hope that some of you would try to write down. It's a rectangle and a semicircle. You should write that down. You can do that. All right? Now, what else do I have? It looks to me like I have one big rectangle and one small skinny rectangle and one circle. Does everybody see that? So it should be minus length times width minus pi r squared. Who does not see that? You guys okay with that? Good? Now, seeing the dimension is a little bit different. I'm not arguing with you on that. All right? But what I always try to tell kids is, what is the distance from here to here, please? 591. So I'm going 591 times, what's the width? What's this guy from here to here? Somebody tell me. 86. Boys, are you watching? Max, I'm not sure what y'all are doing. Right? It was 86. Everybody agree with that? All right, this right here is 86. So that's the area of the rectangle. Now I need the area of the semicircle, which means I need the radius. What would be the radius of the semicircle? Now keep in mind, what is this distance from here to here? Somebody tell me. What's the distance from here to here? Yes, I think you're right. But, well, no, it's 86, but we're looking for the radius, right? So you're good. So it'd be 43. So how many people saw that? Right? If you have that, you're in good shape. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. No, I don't want to hear anything else right now. All I want to know is I had the area of the rectangle and the area of the semicircle. Very good. Now I have to find the area of this rectangle right there. So I have to try to figure out what that length is. That length is what? Come on, that was not that hard now. 334 minus 334. What's the width of that little rectangle? Oh, that's where the problem was. Who was able to figure out the width? What's the width of that little baby rectangle? 16. Yes. Right here. That's what they're trying to show you right here. Does everybody see that? The other way to do it is to look up here and say from here to here is 8. So the other way has to be what? 16. Come on, guys. That wasn't that hard. So it's 334 times 16 minus pi. What is the radius of the circle? What's the radius of the small circle? What, Caroline? 8. Very good. Don't be so shy. Say 8, loud and proud. 8 squared. Now everybody type that in on their calculator right now. I want everybody to type in 591 times 86 plus 1/2 times pi times 4.3 squared minus 334 times 16 minus pi times 8 squared. Sebastian, I looked at this from here to here. That is 86. Oh, Will, tell me.
I got
48,000. Point. Don't laugh at him. Anybody else get that? Oh, Will might be right.
No, I just typed in my calculator. I got something.
Yeah, that's what I got.
You got 12?
No, I got like 1, 2. I got
Oh, you got the same, just not the right same numbers. What does that mean?
What?
You got the same thing, but not the same numbers.
So I can
What are we
got the
talking?
same answer, you just didn't use the same numbers or something?
No, you got the same amount of digits, but you didn't do the right
Oh.
Oh, I got you. So again, hey, Will, type it in on the calculator now. Guys, remember what I'm trying to tell you now. Again, using the calculator sometimes is not as easy as it seems. Boys, listen, I have the answer up there. I'm expecting you to type it in on your calculator and get 48,185. Colin, is that the correct answer?
4,800. Yes.
4,000?
No, I'm sorry. I meant 48,000. My bad.
Wow, come on, Connor.
My bad. I spelled the wrong thing.
Type that in, and then we're going to move on. The fun continues.
I should have got something a bit different from that.
Was it too different?
It was just in 100. I think it was 48. I got 48,100. Wait, no, not 48,025.
Okay. Did you do 3.14? Did you do pi?
I did pi.
Ooh, guys.
So I may put it in wrong.
All right. Everybody try one more time. Type it in. All right. And I want you to use the pi button. And that's the correct answer. Max, are you typing this in?
No, I'm not typing.
Yeah, I want to know. All right, I want you just looking.
40. No, exactly. I will show you my calculator.
I believe you.
I got the same thing.
All right, good. All right. So, Colin, hopefully you just made it.
Yeah, I put it in wrong.
Okay, so that
answer is
confirms.
correct.
All right. So those of you guys who were pretty close to that number last night, and I think I saw Colin, you've had like 49,000,
No,
correct?
I had 59,000.
59, all
I got
right?
48,000.
Last night, did you? When you did the problem.
I was 6,000.
You got that answer?
Yes.
Lies.
How's
Lies.
that a lie?
I think your boys are turning you in back there.
48,946. That's what I got. That's not the right. I know what I'm saying. That's what I got last night.
All right.
Put that back.
All right, here we go. All right, so again, very important lesson. Very important lesson. So you know now how to add area on and subtract. All right, so now, here we go. Now pull up 12.5, please. Everybody's pulling up 12.5. All right, today's another really, really easy day. Sebastian, I want to talk to you now. Look up and listen and pay attention. All right, we're going to do some volumes now. All right, and let me explain how simple. It's very simple. Now, some of you guys remember last year you thought this lesson was kind of hard, and now I told you you're older and a little bit wiser, so these problems are not as hard. The most important thing is you have to know the formula for area of the shapes. Sebastian, I'm not sure what you're doing. You're going to sit down in your chair. Come on, Sebastian. Max, I'm talking. You're listening. All right. Now, area. You measure area with what? Squares. You measure area with squares. You measure volume with what? You measure volume with cubes. That is correct. All right. Now, what do they mean by cubes? This space in here. How much space is in this room? We measure in cubes. All right. Which means we're measuring with 3 dimensions. Generally, it's a length, a width, and a height. All right. But different shapes have different dimensions. All right. Sometimes they want a slant height. Sometimes they want normal height. All right, so now I'm going to try to show you how to measure volume. All right. Now, again, from last year, all right, we had formulas for all of them. All right, but now I want to put something at the top. All right, and I want you to write this down. Volume is equal to capital B times capital H. That is a general formula for all volumes. That's a general formula for all volumes. Now listen to what I'm saying. I want everybody to write down under big B, that stands for the area of the base. The area of the base. And capital H stands for the height of the prism. No, stop talking. The height of the prism. All right. Capital B stands for the area of the base. Capital H stands for the height of the prism. Now, there's a height for the prism. Sometimes there's a height for the base. All right. So whenever you're talking about the prism, you generally use capital letters. All right. Generally, you use capital letters. So everybody look up, please. I want to talk about number 1. All right. Now, can somebody tell me what the shape of the base is? What is the shape of the base? Now, what I'll do is I'll draw the base, just so you understand what I'm talking about. This right here would be considered the base shape. What is that base shape? A rectangle. All right. Now it might be hard to see because we're drawing 3-dimensional shapes, but it is definitely a rectangle. Everybody hear me? Come on, you girls, you have to listen now. All right. So the formula you're going to write down is V equals capital B times capital H. However, what is the formula for area of the base? That base is a what? Rectangle. So what's the area of a rectangle? Now, what I would want you to say would be that it is length times width. All right, so the lowercase letters, listen, the lowercase letters talk about the area of the base. All right, so it'd be length times width times capital H. That's what I want you to write down. All right, now from there, volume equals 7 times 4 times 11. And that would be 308. 308 what? Cubic feet. It would be cubic feet. All right? So that's what I want you to write down. All right? That's how you write cubic feet. Now I need your attention one more time. First of all, Sebastian, I want you to turn around. I want you to sit in that chair right there. All right, and face the front. All right. Second thing is, Max, I don't want you to borrow my calculators. I'm just. You understand me? I don't want you to. Being a great student means come prepared every day. That's what we're trying to make you, a great student. Bring your calculator every day. All right. You're going to use it now for the next 3 or 4 weeks. Every day, bring a calculator. All right. And then I'm just going to make myself clear. Boys, listen to me. I don't want you on anything else but your iPad paying attention to me. All right? Now, the next one, guys. Everybody look at number 2 for a second, because here is where people make a mistake. Here is where people make the mistake. Will, what shape is the base? What do you think? The shape of the base. What do you think? It is definitely a triangle. All right? And let me explain why it's the triangle. Please listen to me. This right here, all right, please pay attention to what I'm saying now. This right here is the base because it has a parallel side to it. And it's exactly the same thing. Now, please listen to what I just said. That's going to save you a bunch of time and a big headache. If you're not paying attention, you'll make lots of careless mistakes. Why is the triangle? People think that an object always sits on its base. Is that true? No. An object doesn't always sit on its base. A base is what's parallel. It has to be parallel, and it has to be the exact same shape. All right? So in this case, the base is a triangle. All right? So what you're supposed to do now is you're supposed to write the formula for volume, which is capital B, capital H. That's what I want everybody to write down. V equals capital B times capital H. Now, in this case, though, the base is a what? Triangle. So you have to use the area of a triangle. So volume equals, what's the area of a triangle? Yes, so you would say 1/2. Notice I'm writing little b, little h, capital H. Lowercase letters are used to indicate that you're referring to the base. The capital letters are used to represent the volume, and the fact that it's capital H means you're referring to the height of the prism. Is everybody with me? So now after that, you're going to write in the numbers for me. V equals 1/2. What's the base of the triangle? 26. Thank you very much. What is the height of the triangle? And what is the height of the prism? 41. Perfect. So now multiply that out for me, Julia. 14,924 meters cubed. Is that what you said? All right. Now again, remember, I'm not interested in what she's telling me the answer is. You're looking at your calculator, typing in those numbers, and making sure that's correct. Is that correct? Yes, it is. All right. Thank you. All right. Now, number 3. All right. Number 3, again, that is a what? Rectangular prism. So it's not really that big of a deal. So for the rectangular prism, remember, volume equals length times width times height. All right, length times width times height. So you're writing the formula, then you're plugging the numbers into the formula. So here we have volume equals 27 times 8 times 3. Volume is equal to, Jessica. 648 yards cubed. Is that correct?
Yes.
Colin says it's correct, so you're good. All right, I'm happy with that. All right. Number 4. Number 4 is called a what? It's called a triangular prism. It's called a triangular prism because the base is a triangle. So, Sebastian, little b, little h, capital H. No, I want to know what the base is of the triangle. And the height. And the height. 15. What? 240 centimeters cubed.
Yes.
Thank you. Colin says we're correct. 240 centimeters cubed. So we're good. All right. Anybody have any questions? All right. Now, the next problem I want to do with you guys is question number 9. Everybody highlight number 9, please. Everybody look at number 9. All right, a little bit different. So for question number 9, it says find the width of a rectangular prism. All right, now please listen. For question number 9, I'm doing a rectangular prism. So we all should know that the volume is equal to length times width times height. Is everybody happy with that? Now in this case, it tells me what the volume is. It tells me that the volume is 483. So the next thing you do is you write 483 is equal to the length. What is the length? 11.5. So we put down 11.5. And the width is how much? We don't know. So you have to put a W down. And what's the height? 14. So here we go. Look right here, guys. That is where I'm at now. I am trying to figure out what W is. So what do I have to do first? Everybody do 11.5 times 14. So now I have 483 is equal to, multiply that out. 161, is that what it is?
Yeah.
So I have 161 W. Now what? Wow, very smart. So now divide and tell me what that is. Is that right? 3? So we would say W is equal to 3. We don't just say 3, we say 3. What?
3 inches.
No. 3 inches. We don't say inches. You don't measure a width and say, well, that's 3 inches cubed. We measure width with what? Inches. You measure volume with what? Cubes. That's what we're doing. All right? Is everybody good with that?
Yes.
All right. Now, again, that was question number 9. All right? Now what I want to do is I want to take a look at question number 10. Everybody take a look at number 10. Now, this is kind of like the area problems, except we have what? 2. We just have something stacked on something else. So you have 2 formulas. All right? The one on the top is called a what? Triangular prism. All right? So we're going to put down V equals 1/2 little b, little h, capital H, plus the one on the bottom is called a what? Rectangular prism. What's the formula for that? Length times width times height. That's what I want you to write down. Now, once you have that written down, we're going to plug the numbers in. So, I need some help. Julian, what's the dimensions for the triangular prism? What am I going to have? What's the base of the triangle? 20. What's the height of the triangle?
8.
And what's the height of the triangular prism?
10.
No. 32. Does everybody understand why it's not 8 but 32? I'm drawing. This right here is the height of the prism. That doesn't look like the height because it's not on its base. Everybody with me? Everybody see that? All right. Plus, now, Julian, what's the length and width and height of the rectangular prism?
10.
By,
32.
and then?
20.
Exactly. Those are the dimensions. You need a length, a width, and a height. Now, multiply that all together, and then,
20.
no. Julian, what did you get when you multiplied that together? Quickly. Wait. Check. 8,960. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And that's how much? Feet what?
Squared. Wait, no, cubed.
Wow. All right, Colin. We're going to let you off the hook this time. Feet cubed. Feet cubed because we're measuring volume.
I meant to say cubed.
Yes, I know. But square came out.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Now, don't be confused by 11 because now we just did number 10, correct?
Yes.
So number 11, you have how many shapes?
1, 2, 3.
You have 3 shapes. All right, is everybody with me on this, right? So you have a triangular prism and 2 rectangular prisms. Are we happy with that? So V equals 1/2 little b little h capital H plus LWH plus LWH. Max,
Yeah.
you're up.
Oh, I did a problem. Oh, do I say what I got?
No, you tell me the dimensions. Hold up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this over. Uh-oh. I'm going to slide this over here so I can see it better. All right, because I'm going to blow it up so we can see it better. All right, so I need the dimensions of the triangular prism. What's the base? What's the height?
The base is 3. The height is 1.
Okay, so I've got 3 times 1. Now the hard part. What's the height?
4.
Wow, very good. Does everybody see why it's 4? Anybody have any questions why it's 4? 1/2, 3 times 1 times 4. That was very good.
And then it's times.
Now, the dimensions, we'll do the bottom rectangular prism. What's the dimensions of the bottom?
16 times 4 times 2.
Wow, I'm kind of happy with you, buddy. That was good. Now the tall, skinny one is what?
4 times 20 times 4.
Wow. 4 times 20. Wow, that was actually very, very good. All right, so this is easy for you. Should be pretty easy for everybody. Does everybody understand I'm writing down the formulas? That's what you're supposed to do. Because when you take your ERBs, guess what? They're not giving you the formulas. So you have to know what the formulas are. All right, now, Max, what did you get?
I got 206.
206 what?
Oh, 206 inches cubed.
Colin?
I have,
You haven't finished yet.
wait,
Okay.
yeah, that's 206.
Okay, with 206 inches cubed. Pretty happy. Everybody good with that? That's not hard. All right, especially after we did all those hard problems with area. That's why I took an extra day. Is that right, Sebastian? You keep saying,
Oh, I put 4 instead of 3. Oh, I put 5 instead of 3.
All right. Now, what I want you guys to do for homework is, this is good enough. 1 through 11 on the next page. 1 through 11 on the next page. And we might have enough time. Keep going. Now listen, I want you to write the formula like I did. Then plug the numbers in. Then you can use your calculators. 1 through 11 on the second page. You hear me? 1 through 11. Get to work. Very good day today.